What up, Flag fam? I'm Coach Nick, and this is... Guys, I know I've been doing the last few without a co-host. My co-host was in Ibiza. My co-host was in Atlantic City. Well, now I have unfortunate news to announce that my co-host and BFFL legend, Coach Mo Dika, has officially retired from all things HVFF. Coach Mo was a legend, folks. He was my partner in crime, great friend. I even smoked a smoke break with him before, and he's done. Coach Mo, we love you here at Around the Turf. I'm gonna miss you dearly. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. If you ever want to come back, hit my line. I could try to do my best for you, Coach Mo. But Coach Mo, in all reality, was always a BFFL guy. When this league changed to the HVFF and the Hudson Valley Flag Football League, it just didn't hit the same for the guy. And Coach Mo, I don't blame you. I will bring your legacy with you and with me on this show at all times. Let's just take a quick moment of silence for the remembrance of the co-host, Coach Mo. All right, folks, we're back, and welcome to week 2 of Around the Turf. And I am now taking Coach Mo's coach. I'm Coach Nick, and I am looking for a co-host. And guys, I am taking applications. I could want everybody and anybody who thinks they could talk on the mic with me to get their ass over here and apply. Please go to www.hvff/Nick Kilmer /4/the Costellos /ATT-aroundtheturf.com and fill out your applications. I'm looking for a great co-host with me, folks, and we're going to make this one of the best seasons ever of Around the Turf. So let's go, folks. Let's go. We're with week 2 of the HVFF opening summer season. And folks, we had another great one. This is going to be a season for the books. Just a reminder, it's 8 teams now. There's going to be 4 games every Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 games on each, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights. Guys, be there or suck it. Let's break these games down. So, our opening game of Tuesday at 6:30 was what I thought on paper was going to be the game of the week coming in, and it proved to be so. The game of the week, we had Southern Dutchess Country Club versus Marcelo's Home Improvement. Both teams coming in 1-0, and what happened? We had Southern Dutchess Country Club getting the 24-17 victory. Zach Barber threw for 354 yards and 3 touchdowns. And guys, JQ might be him. JQ looks fast out there, folks. He had 154 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. And his touchdown was a big one because it was the game winner, folks. It was the dagger ball. We had a great game. At first, it started off slow. It was a 7-3 lead for Southern Dutchess. Then it started to look like just like, watching this game. I even commented on our live stream. Guys, watch the live stream. The broadcast booth is awesome. The camera work is awesome. I commented on it. It's on YouTube. You could comment. I said, guys, watching this game, it looks like it's going to be a Southern Dutchess blowout here. I felt like Southern Dutchess was just dominating, but Marcelo's had grit. They had grit, and they came back, and they ended up tying the game at 17-17. Shout out Chris D'Amidio, had another huge play. Finn Costello has been dealing this year, folks. He threw 1 pick. I had his over 1.5. I lost that bet, but Finn, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception on the year. You're cooking too, but it was not enough. Zach Barber reigns supreme. Defending champ is back to 2-0, looking to be the best team in this league again, but will he do it? We will see. All right, and leading up to Tuesday night football, the 8:30 slate, we had battle of 0-1s. We had S&S Parties versus Queen City E-Gills. Unfortunately, Queen City took a beating on game 1, and I'm talking about physically. Physically, they were out, people. Matt Sturman, out. Aiden Virgo, out. Enis Dika, the son of the great coach Mo Dika, out. They had to get subs in there, folks. They had to literally get new subs to play in this game. So it didn't look good. And SNS, they just lost to my Costello's team 10-7. It was a gritty game, and they were missing their first 2-round picks, Chase Green and Jose Vasquez. And I'll tell you what, folks, a lot of people on paper, once they knew everybody out for Queen City, the spread went to like 23.5, and it was covered. SNS 49, Queen City 14. Chase Green misses week 1, multiple-time MVP in this league. Misses week 1 is like, this could hurt his MVP race. Folks, it doesn't at all. It doesn't at all. He had 9 receptions for 163 yards. He had 3 offensive touchdowns. He also had a pick 6, and I think he had another interception on top of that. Chase Green, have a day. No surprise here. Chappelle also had an insane 80-yard touchdown run. Insane. Just bobbing and weaving everybody. They couldn't touch him. But, folks, the highlight of the game was for Queen City. Before I get into the highlight, shout out Coach Ty Long. His team's hurt. He went in there and caught a receiving touchdown. And his over reception line was 1.5. I bet the over in that hit because he had 2 catches and a touchdown. But the play of the game. And folks, cameramen, if you could just run this play as I'm talking, I would love it. So it was, at this point, it was 21-7. Queen City, for as beat up as their team was, shout out to them, they fought. They kind of made it interesting for a little bit. It was 21-7, and Queen City's in the red zone. Jason Comazar takes the snap. He gives it to Cody Shields in the backfield. Cody Shields is looking to throw. He starts scrambling. He runs back and forth and back and forth. And before you know it, Cody Shields might have ran 30 yards backwards, folks. Still bobbing and weaving, everybody trying to get his flag. They can't catch him. Cody starts running forward, running down the field. Now it looks like he's going to try to run this in for a touchdown. It would be the longest 10-yard run you've ever seen. It would have been a 10-yard touchdown run where he ran 150. But, folks, as he's running, you see a guy wearing a backwards white hat in the back of the end zone. He is an assistant coach for Cut and Coat. Ryan McKeon stepping in this game, never had a touchdown in this league. I don't even know if he's ever had a reception in this league before this game. Staying in the back corner of end zone, just, up. Cody Shields, he's running. He sees him, throws it up. The Ryan McKeon jump up and catch the ball. And, folks, the booth went crazy. It was one of the greatest plays I've ever seen in my life. Shout out to that. Shout out to that. But Queen City, you got your ass whooped, and you're 0-2. Hit the lab. Keep talking to subs. Guys, go. Europe has really good doctors. Sturman, Virgo. Get your ass a flight. Go to Europe and get some crazy type of shit they inject into you. It might work. You might come back sooner. They need you. Queen City routed. SNS, 49-point banger in their first game at full strength. Folks, I think this team is very, very dangerous. Very fun to watch. Shout out to Joe DeCandia, 287 and 4 touchdowns. But the other thing about Joe DeCandia, 4 passing touchdowns, no interceptions. He is the only quarterback that started 2 games this year, folks, to not throw a pick. Shout out Joe DeCandia. His interception line is always the highest out of everybody. Joe, I'm sorry. We've had doubters. You did say before the season you wanted to have a 40-40 year. He wanted to up Jameis Winston's 30-30 by 10. He wanted 40 touchdowns, 40 picks. Joe, you might get the 40 in the touchdowns, brother, but you got to do a lot of work to get the picks. And I hope you don't get the picks. But great win for SNS. Now let's go to the Wednesday slate. Opening at 6:30, we have my Costello's Maverick Pop, my favorite team of all time, wearing the LSU Go Tigers yellow and purple against Beacon Bikes. We have 1-0. Me, of course. Who else is the 1-0? It's me. Versus the 0-1 Beacon Bikes. And folks, I win again, baby. 34-17. We had a close game at first, 17-17 half. but my defense is gritty, and it's hard to do stuff on them, folks. Back-to-back weeks, 0 points allowed in the second half. Get used to it, and shout out to my boy and the lock, the biggest lock I've ever seen in my life of Offensive Player of the Week, Jaire got her. My guy, have a day. Best game of the season by far. It might not get beaten. 250 yards receiving on 12 receptions and 3 touchdowns. He went off. It was incredible to watch. He had everything too. He had the moss in the back corner of the end zone. He had the route running that just made him wide open. And then he caught a bomb for a touchdown. Jaire, have a day. It was the dreads. It was the cornrows, bro. Keep your hair like that. Don't change it. And then also, shout out to my guy, Sugar Shane Green, 375 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. The 4th was to Ali T at the end of the game that all but put the dagger in Beacon Bikes. Shout out my whole team. Guys, again, I love every single one of you. Every single one of you out there. You guys all went and fought hard. Let's keep picking up these wins, baby. But let's go into Beacon Bikes, all right? 0-2 Beacon Bikes, but they've had a rough start with their team because week 1, Luke Mahan, one of their best receivers, had to play quarterback because rookie Dan Brennahy was not available to come yet. So this was actually Dan Brennahy's debut here in the BFFL. Or, apologize, folks, the HVFF. The HVFF. But for Dan Brennahy's debut, he looked great out there. I think this guy's going to be a problem all season. He looked really good. He knew what he was doing. He was throwing some dimes. On defense, he caught a pick. Also, shout out Nick LePere, always cooking, always cooking. Caught an amazing interception on Shane Green on defense as well. But Dan Brennahy, first game, clap it up, Dan. Good work, good work. It was game 1, and I'm sorry you had to play my team. You had a rough first matchup for your first game. But it's only up from here, bro. Hit the lab, get with your team, learn the guys, learn the tendencies, figure out what you like, and you guys will be just fine. And then finally, we'll go into the closer of week 2. And that was a Wednesday night game at 8:30 between Cut and Coat and Stinson's Hub. We had 0-1 Cut and Coat versus 1-0 Stinson's Hub. And what happened, folks? Tyler Santucci happened, folks. Tyler Santucci happened, and it was a 38-21 Cut and Coat victory to bring both teams to 1-1. Folks, this game was offense. First of all, Hub, QB number 1, number 4, the cop that protects the streets. The old gun Kyle Perucci was unavailable to play tonight. It was unfortunate we could not see this matchup at full strength, but he had to protect the streets of Beacon, folks. And there is no Beacon without Kyle Perucci. And so, you know what? Without him, Johnny Lang stepped in, and you know what? He played the best he could. Yeah, he threw 5 interceptions. He might have thrown 5, but he also threw a touchdown, and he also drove that team down the field pretty consistently. He did the best he could. Shout out Johnny Lang, backup QB stepping in, playing his best. But folks, it's all Tyler Santucci. 412 passing yards and 5 passing touchdowns. He's amazing. The way the dude it's so clean, and their whole offense just went off. You had Declan, who also had 3 touchdowns this week. So we had Chase Green, Jaire, and Declan, all 3 touchdown performances on offense. Incredible. And the rest of their offense cooked too. 2 rookies, Mikey DeFelice had a day at receiver and corner, and Brandon Rogers. Week 1 didn't really get the rock. I think he had 1 catch. This time he had 2 touchdown catches, and he's quick with the ball. Cut and Coat's a fun offense, folks. A fun offense. 38-21 victory, and that concluded week 2 of the HVFF. Now, to go through some of the rankings here, we have my Costello's Maverick Pop and Southern Dutchess Country Club both sitting at 2-0. So we're at the top of your leaderboard at the moment with SNS and Stinson's Hub and Marcelo's Home Improvement all at 1-1 in the middle of the pack. And then we have Beacon Bikes and Queen City Eagles at 0-2. Guys, you need to start getting victories here at 0-2, you know, but it's a long season. Everybody makes playoffs. Right now, it's just about getting better. Getting better. Become a family, you know. Become a family. It's a great time out there, folks. And come to the games. And if you're a player, right, if you come on a day you're not playing, you earn flag bucks. And guys, if you're not betting on the flag bucks, what are you doing? It's a blast. It's a blast on there. I highly recommend everybody to do it. But all right, before I conclude this episode, let me go into next week's games real quick. Just a quick preview. Just going to tell you who's playing and what days, just so you guys could be there or suck it. For Tuesday, the 6:30 slate, we have Marcelo's Home Improvement versus Beacon Bikes. Beacon Bikes better come out hungry. It's an important game for them. They don't want to start 0-3. They're going to be hungry. Dan's going to be better than he was week 1 because rookies, they only get better as the weeks go. But Marcelo's just lost a heartbreaker. And you know they want this bad and they need this. So this could be a gritty game. I think this could be a really good game. A sleeper, great game. Both teams know they need this win. Then the other Tuesday game, the Tuesday night game at 8:30, we have what I think is the game of the week. Cut and Coat versus S&S Parties. And let me tell you, points. I don't care if the over is 75, bet the over. If the over is 100, bet the over. This game is going to be electric. Electric out there. I can't wait for it. That's the game of the week, in my opinion. Next on Wednesday, we have My Costellos. I'll tell you to go to it, but it might be a route, folks. We have My Costellos versus Queen City E-Gills. That's the 6:30 slate. Guys, come there and support your favorite Around the Turf host. And unfortunately, you're only Around the Turf host at the moment because I am lonely and have nobody here with me yet again because Coach Mo, the great Coach Mo, has retired. Yes. And then our Wednesday night game to close out week 3, we have Stinson's Hub versus Southern Dutchess Country Club. 2-0 versus 1-1. Stinson's Hub won in a blowout game 1 and then kind of got beat pretty good week 2. So they need this bad. Will the old gun be able to play? I hope so. But the crazy thing is, will the franchise be able to play? Rumors has it, this might be a Mustard or an Oak Tree game at quarterback, folks. So you have to be there to see. If so, I like Stinson's Hub. But all right, folks, that concludes another episode of Around the Turf with your favorite host, Coach Nick. Be there at the games next week, guys, or suck it. I will see you all soon. Let's go.